should just start out the gate like shots fired type.
At Reebok?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
I feel like this is like Reebok's answer to the Jordan 4 hype.
Oh.
Because you know how like it transitioned from the 1s to the Dunks to now the Jordan 4s seem to be kind of like the thing. This shoe originally came out in the same year, so maybe it's the Jordan 4 killer, but I highly doubt it. Yo, what's good guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got a detailed look, review, and breakdown on these bad boys right here. I believe both of these just dropped today, so if you were interested, links should be in the description box. But these bad boys right here are a brand new / old model being retroed for, I believe, the first time from Reebok's catalog, and they are called the Reebok BB 4002. Because this is the second version. I can't find really any information or history on these things, which is really unfortunate. The only thing that I found is that Reebok's press release is saying that originally this shoe was intended for lifestyle, but was also a basketball shoe. I don't know if that's true or whatever, but all I know is that the original year of release was 1989, hence the beginning of the intro. And what else was released in 1989? A classic. And both of these shoes, obviously one is being retroed for the first time now. One has been retroed numerous times since 1999. So I don't think these are really truly gonna kill the hype or the love or anything like that for an Air Jordan 4. Speaking personally, that's my favorite shoe. You know what I mean? Like if we're talking about Jordans, like the Air Jordan 4 is just one of my favorite shoes ever. And while I love what Reebok does, like the Club C is one of my favorites, but I don't think anything will replace the Jordan 4, even though these are really, really cool. So I really dig these. On top of that, they match today's current style trends, which are very 80s. Actually, if you dress anywhere between the 80s all the way through the early 2000s, you're pretty much on trend. It's very strange. But anyways, what these guys do offer is some interesting features. So clearly the look of the shoe is very 80s, just like the Club C's. If you look at this shoe, it looks like Stranger Things to me. Like that's that kind of shoe.
Bitchin'.
In the 80s, Reebok was on top. They were on top all the way through the early 90s, and that is when Nike took over and there was no looking back since. Now, these guys feature a herringbone outsole. It looks very similar, in my opinion, to some of the old like tennis models that Reebok used to do. Like even in the back here, it has the hexalite honeycomb look to it, even though there's no hexalite in the shoe. But usually when you would see that, at least back in the day, that would be an indicator being like, oh, this is kind of what's inside, even though you can't see it. They eventually would do the little peek through windows where they would just kind of cut out a little hole where you can see the little hexalite pad. But again, unfortunately, there's no hexalite in the shoe. Not that they use real hexalite nowadays anyway, so it really wouldn't matter. But that's the outsole right there. I do think that it's gorgeous. So it's interesting too, the heel, instead of having stars like a Jordan 1 or a Jordan 4, it's got these little tiny triangles. So it's got a little nice texture to it. I really dig it. Now the midsole is actually a rubber cup sole. So on both pairs, it's exactly the same thing. They are stitched, not all the way through, but stitched on the heel and toe. One of the interesting features though is that inside of that is actually an EVA midsole. So it's not quite a drop-in where it's removable, but it is inside. So they're not full-on rubber, which is something that I absolutely loathe with some of their Club C releases. Some of them, like if you get the vintage ones where they have a little kind of, it almost looks like this, where it's this little wedge poking through. This particular shoe is just all rubber. But on some of the vintage ones, the little area that is kind of cut out is actually EVA. And so the internals are EVA and then a rubber cup sole around it. But some of them, like the more affordable ones, are just straight rubber all the way. And I'm just like, why the would you have done that?
They're faking the funk.
Yes, and I know why they do that. It's to, you know, cut costs and everything. It's much cheaper just to pour rubber or melt rubber, mold rubber, etc., instead of having to do that plus get a foam and either put it in or, you know, install it and all that stuff. So just less work, less steps to the process. And unfortunately it shows because it makes the product worse. This particular product though, they went the extra step. They added EVA throughout. I think it's a great move. The insoles are removable. I don't know what the hell this is. I mean, obviously it's a type of EVA, but it's not anything special. It's not ortholite or anything like that. But just in case you wanted to take that out and put something else in, I don't know if I can say it yet.
Then don't.
Maybe a little tease?
No, don't get us in trouble.
There's gonna be something cool coming if you want some casual insoles. That's all I'm gonna say. I know how to tease, no spoilers. Speaking of spoilers, there's a giveaway this month for a WearTesters Discord community. So we're giving away a brand new pair of these. These are awesome. Yeah. So if you're already one of our Discord community members, just stay tuned. We'll leave an announcement as soon as we're ready to do that. If you're not a community member, now's your chance. You can check the link in the description box. It'll send you over to WearTesters.com where you can read what it means to be a Discord member and sign up if you were interested. Do it. Now, as far as the materials are concerned, this is where Reebok really does shine, especially if you're comparing this to something like an Air Jordan 4. The Air Jordan 4 originally came in Durabuck, at least the black and cement version. The white cement version was an actual leather. They were probably closer to this originally than what the actual Air Jordan 4s featured nowadays, which is unfortunate. But luckily, if you're a Reebok fan, this is where to get some more quality, especially a bang for your buck type of quality. So these things retail, I believe, for just under $100.
They're nice.
And the materials on these are better than most $200 Jordan products. You're paying for the brand at that point, you're paying for the legacy. This, like I said, I can't even find information on the shoe, so it's like nobody really knows that these exist. So I don't expect them to charge an arm and a leg or anything. I'm just surprised that for something that retails at a roughly $90 price point has materials on there that is way better than something that we get for $200 every month. Or every week. Every week, that's insane. But basically the toe on both pairs, this will change depending on colorways and things like that. These are the two launch colorways, but so far the toes do feature suede. I think they're awesome. The upper on these guys is fantastic. I think that the leather is really nice. It's not anything premium. I'm just saying when you compare this to anything else that you're spending your hard-earned money on, the materials here are just better. Like they just are. They're not premium better, but they're better. Now, as far as fit is concerned, they do fit true to size. Whatever you typically wear, that's exactly what I would recommend ordering. If you're a big fan like me of the Club C, whatever you wear in that shoe, you're going to want to grab in these. The two shoes do have slight variations to them, even though they are the same thing. This green one in particular has like green piping along the tongue, which I really like. Something I wish the red one did have. I just think that's a little plain looking. But on the flip side, the red one has the colored gray vector logo, whereas the green one is all white, and I do prefer the all white versions. But anyways, that's just pretty much the only real differences. The suedes are slightly different, like the red ones are more hairy, but I don't know if that's because like it was intentional or if it's just because that's the nature of suede. The only thing that would make me think that it was intentional is that it's like that on both pairs. Like it's not like a Jordan shoe where one is like cool suede and the other one's like super long haired and stuff like that, like those purple 4s. So I don't know if it's that, but it is what it is. But you did have a fun fact for 1989, but before you do that, what do you think about these? Do they look too much like a Club C to you? Like if you just were to quickly glance, would you not even notice? Or do you like the way that they look? Do they look different enough?
If I saw them originally and didn't know, walking by, I'd be like, oh, they put a spin on it.
Like an elevated Club C
Yeah.
or something? Okay.
But now I've seen this video and I know more.
But barely. 'Cause I don't even know anything. Like if you know stuff about this shoe, please let me know. I even asked some friends and they were just kind of like, it's from the 80s. I was like, yes, I know that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I need more. I don't even know who wore these. Like I never seen them before. Like I have no idea what these are. But go ahead with your fun fact from 1989.
All right, so I'm gonna read it so I don't bumble it. But basically I had seen it floating around and I had sent it to my sister because she's from 1989.
She is? She's a time traveler?
Yes.
She was born in 89, right? Okay.
Which means she's from 1989.
I am not from the 80s.
Yes,
I'm
you are.
from the planet Earth.
Maybe. Anyways, it says here, children born in 1989, the year Seinfeld premiered, are now the same age as George Costanza on that show.
Seinfeld premiered in 89? Wow.
Yeah.
That's a cool fun fact.
So anyways, my brain was pretty much blown by that only because, I mean, she's my little sister. So to be like, George Costanza could be my friend.
George is getting upset.
I just feel like they're so much older than me still.
She's been on a Friends kick lately, so like when I see that show, that's a weird one because like they're supposed to be in their early 20s, like early to mid 20s.
Oh, right at the beginning. But now they've gotten to the point where they're...
Closer to 30?
No, they've passed 30. We
Oh,
watched
really?
Rachel
Okay.
and them all. Joey kept having a
Oh,
breakdown.
that's right.
We had a deal. Let the others grow old, not me.
They've had the baby, so yeah, they're like 33-ish now, so.
Still though, they're definitely older than what they're portraying, so like it's hard. It's same thing when she had this big kick with 90210 for a while.
Until they took it away from me. Damn
Yeah,
it,
I guess it
Hulu.
got removed before we finished anything, but like that was another one where I was like, how old are these guys? These are in high school? Like Dylan is at least my age, you know what I mean? So it was funny.
R.I.P.
Oh yeah, that's a bummer.
But anyways, these are cool to bring it back.
Yeah, no, I definitely think these are cool. I am curious if anybody actually knows anything about these though. So, because I know that a lot of our viewers know a lot more about shoes, like as far as history goes, than I do a lot of times. So I would love to know your guys' thoughts. I really hope that somebody knows something about this, but at the same time, like this is a Reebok video, so nobody's gonna watch it.
The Reebok people will.
What's up, guys? Sorry. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for all the support. Let us know what you think about these, or if you have information to share, please do so down below in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, guys, have a good one. These joints smell hella good though, man. Like you gotta. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to break your face.